Okay, well, hello everyone, and welcome to Franco-fusion Follies.
Yes.
Right? So what is Franco-fusion Follies?
Well, I think what we're going to try to do today is have French-inspired cooking, or French-inspired, not street food, but kind of casual food, everyday food.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's what we're going to try to do today.
Yes, and we're going to actually take it even one step further because we're not going to actually have your typical French cuisine per se.
Right?
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be on the outlook for Lebanese-inspired crepes.
Okay.
And so the crepe or the crepes are going to have za'atar inside of them.
Right. And what is za'atar?
Okay, so za'atar is actually, well, it's kind of, you can kind of look at it from two different angles. So za'atar itself is a spice, and it actually means wild thyme. But you can also get a za'atar mix, and that's what we're looking for today. And so that's za'atar, oregano, sumac, which is kind of a tangy flavor, has a tangy flavor to it, and then toasted sesames, along with some salt, and I'm hoping that they'll have red pepper flakes too.
So it's like a spicy condiment that you sprinkle on top?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, and then we'll let you know what our next two stops are after that. Ready?
Looking forward to it.
Okay, so here we are.
Here we are.
We're about ready to start our adventure, of course, and as you know, we're on the lookout for crepes, and so far we haven't found anything. So we thought that the crepe place was outside in the market here, you can see in the background, but obviously it's not. So we're about ready to, well, we're actually standing in line to go inside.
Right. It's moving along pretty well. So we should be in maybe 10 minutes or less.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes.
We got our crepe and we added za'atar to it, so I'm going to take a bite.
How is it?
It's got a kick to it. The red pepper and the spices. It's so good.
Okay, good.
It's awesome.
C'est bon?
C'est bon? Très bien.
Okay, good.
All right, Melly.
Okay, so
Been quite a day.
we have had quite an adventure, and that's something that we will probably talk about at the end of the day
Okay.
because we need to process it. Yeah, we definitely ran into someone that we're going to talk to you about. So with that, we weren't able to do the mussels. Well, even though you didn't know that that's what we were going to do, our next stop was going to be a Belgian place,
Yes.
a Belgian bistro, and we were going to try some mussels.
That's right.
Unfortunately, as I said, we had
A little snafu. Let's call it.
we had a little snafu, which again, like I
We
said,
hit a little snafu.
yeah, we hit a little snafu, literally. But we'll talk about that later. So now we're at Cheese Teak, and we're here to have poutine. And poutine is actually French Canadian. It came from Quebec.
Okay.
It's Quebecois. Yeah.
So this is Canadian. What kind of food?
Well, I guess you could call it street food. What it is well, here sometimes it's frites, as we know.
Maybe we need to close in on it.
Well, yeah, we could. But here they're tater tots,
Okay.
and then they're little cheese curds, and then it's covered with gravy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
I'm ready for some poutine.
Yeah, and actually, do you know what poutine means? So poutine is actually slang, or largot as they call it. I say that with my American accent, I know. For mess, it means mess. So it's like, in French, I think they say le bordel. So it's just a big mess. It's a mess of food.
Okay.
So that's what we're gonna have. We're gonna try some poutine.
All right, let's dig into some mess of a poutine.
Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so Pratik,
Yes.
what are we doing while we're waiting for the poutine?
So we're having a flight of wine, and you convince our waitress to combine a red rose and a white wine.
That's true.
And we have the Von Trapp lager.
Yes, which is
Although
from
it's
where?
Pittsburgh
From
right now.
it's from Pittsburgh.
It's actually Vermont. It says a little of Austria and a lot of Vermont.
Okay, yes. So we thought it was Austrian because of what?
The Von Trapp family.
Yeah.
From The Sound of Music.
Yes. And then the waitress just delivered the beer in the glass, and she was about ready to take the glass back. Why?
Because there was a little bug on the outside.
Yes. Yes. And we thought, well, that reminds me of, oh my gosh, monsieur, there's a bug in my soup, or a fly or something.
There's a fly in my soup.
Yeah, I think that's what that is. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna go for it. Got like a little stringy cheese with gravy and potato tots. Okay, it's exactly like you described it. Cheesy, buttery. The gravy is extremely buttery. Potato tots are nice and crispy. This is very good. Very good.
C'est bon?
Très bien.
Okay, so we've reached the end of our journey today.
Yes, and what a journey.
Yes, what a journey it was. So, of course, we started out with our Eastern Market
Yes,
exploration, and we found what?
the crepes.
Yes,
And we put our own sauter
yes,
into it.
yes,
Oh,
yes,
that's
yes,
delicious.
yes.
Yeah.
And then we tried to make our way over to this place called St. Arnold's for des nouilles, which is mussels.
Mussels.
And what happened, Pratik?
It was, well, the first place we went to was closed.
Yes,
And then we went on a little adventure.
yes,
After
and
that.
as Pratik mentioned earlier, we hit a road bump. Or a road, what do you call it?
A roadblock.
A roadblock. Yeah. What happened?
Well, we kind of looking for parking, and you know, it was the little congested streets of DC, and we were crawling along looking for parking, and lo and behold, this man jumps right in front of us and brushes against our car, and there was a whole big scene.
Including police
Yes, and an ambulance.
and an ambulance and a fire truck.
And a fire truck.
And a lot of onlookers.
Yes.
And our poor little friend, actually he became our friend.
Yes.
And his name is Elijah. Elijah period Rock.
Is his Snapchat account.
Yes, so if you're curious. And I'm sure Elijah would be more than happy to, recount the story.
Yeah.
Because,
and Elijah, if you're watching this, we love you.
yes,
So glad that we met you.
yes.
And we are hoping that you do good, because you really are fantastic, and you're so talented.
And a very good soul.
Yes.
Yes. So so we befriended him, and there's a little bit more to it, and you'll see it in the video. But anyway, so then we went to Cheesetique,
Yeah.
and we had our poutine,
Poutine.
which
Yes.
was good,
Delicious.
and
Sinfully.
we came across
So
this
good.
really good wine. Shall I show?
Yes.
This is
It's so good.
yes.
Yes. Washington State.
Yes, Walla Walla.
Walla Walla.
So then we decided to conclude our night with a Mauritius dish.
Yes. Classically Mauritius.
And why are we saying Mauritius? Well, they're also a Francophone country.
Mm-hmm.
And so here we've got a beautiful dish. Do you want to explain it, Vicky?
Yeah, so at the base we have a baguette that we have toasted. And then the next layer is just simple sliced fried medallions of potatoes.
Or
And
pomme de terre, as we call
Pomme de
it.
terre, salt and pepper. And then on top we have sardines salad
Yes.
with onions and cilantro and tomatoes and some vinegar, salt, pepper, lemon. It's delicious.
And some, to add the Indian flair, we added a little bit of chili peppers. Or peppers.
I think you'd probably call it Thai chili peppers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
So that concludes our.
And olive oil.
Yes, and olive oil. So basically, that concludes our Franco-fusion Follies. Which,
Oh, really?
you know, at the very beginning when we said Follies, we were like, oh, that kind of like, you know, it goes with Franco-fusion, another F. We thought Follies would be kind of
Right.
little did we know, it truly was a Franco-fusion Folly.
Folly. But it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
It was so good.
and also happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yes.